Casey here. We're talking about some good shit tonight about goal setting. We're gonna do a podcast live. How we doing, fam?
I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, Casey Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted.
Bringing in the new year with this podcast. I am so motherfucking excited that it's 2024. 2023 was brutal. And those of you feelers, right? I'll have a lot of intuitives, channelers, sensitives that follow my page. Yeah, today was, I would word it, I had to make myself do some shit, right? I could have just really stayed in that procrastination mode. Anybody else? Like, I wanted to procrastinate. I didn't even want to work out today. And I did, because who here feels more confident when you work out? Me. Who feels confident after you work out? Even if it's not even a good workout, you feel more confident, right? I do. I know I do. So I worked out, but I didn't want to. And it took me, like, just to give you an example. So I woke up, I did have I did some at 8 to 9, but I didn't get in the gym till like 12:30 PST. And then I think I got ready for the day and took a shower at 3 o'clock. I did take a bath today. It was weird. It was just a weird day. It was a weird day. Oh, you know what? I did see something. We had some big solar flares. Okay. January 1st, 2024. I did see on some kind of something that was lots of solar flares. But anyway, this is called removing the pressure from goal setting. I shared this with Mastermind and I want to share it with you. It's so good. I heard this and I was like, oh my God. So I don't know if you're like me, but I love to set goals. You know, honestly, human science is to be happy. You set goals or set challenges, you overcome the challenge and you grow in confidence. That's actually what makes people happy is that, I mean, there's other things, but when I was researching this, because I thought I was really fucked up one night, it was like 2 years ago. And I was like, oh my God. So setting goals or trying to like become something or attain something actually makes us happy, right? It's cool. So when you realize you're not fucked up, it feels a lot better. But I also know I was sitting there doing end of year stuff. But where's my business owners, by the way? Who here is an entrepreneur, owns a business, makes like money kind of thing, right? Not W-2. I know you like W-2 people make money. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, who is a business owner, generates income kind of thing on your own? Any entrepreneurs, business owners here? Let me know. Those of you in the podcast, man, I love you. I know y'all always talking out loud to me, and I'm always on a live when I film podcast episodes. But yeah, let me know if you are a business owner, entrepreneur. Drop it in the comments or like this. But I really want to, I can't see if you like it. So yeah, there's that. Anybody? Can't see? Maybe there's a delay. Don't know. So a lot of business owners, what we tend to do is set money goals. You know, I want to hit 6 figures this year, 7 figures, salon owner. Yeah, so you're right. You probably have money goals, right? So we set money goals. And a lot of people in weight loss, because that's what I do, have a trauma-informed weight loss, hormone, fitness offer as well. Lots of transformations, period. We get to the root of why things didn't work out. Holler at your girl, link in the bio, you know what I'm saying? And women set goals. They want to lose a certain amount of weight, pant size, whatever. And it never fails that when we set these goals and we don't hit them, or we don't hit them in the time frame that we hit them in, we feel bad about ourselves. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And so here's what I heard that changed my mind on some things. And it makes such a difference. And I wanted to share it with you because like I really like you and I think that you deserve to hear this. So what I want you to do, and I asked my mastermind this, and I'd love you to answer too, because this is a powerful, powerful exercise. I want you to think back, and this is actually more, the reason I asked my mastermind, because a lot of them found me 3 years ago. Some of them has been working with me since 2012. Some of them has been a year. And people find me typically in their awakening. They find me when they're at a crossroads, like something's got to change, right? And I'm like, hi. So usually they find me during that time. They come in and they do make big shifts. Maybe they don't lose the 50 pounds in 2 weeks like they want, but check this out. Same thing with money. If you want to make, all the money, or you wanted to make $10 million last year or whatever the case may be, and you made like 2 or 3, what I want you to do is I want you to look back, because this was me. I wanted to be at like 10 million already, right? sometimes when we set goals, we just don't really know what that entails. So I wanted to already be at like 10 million. Well, I was at like almost 2. And I looked back and when I heard this, somebody says, well, what about to date? If you look back at how much money you've made or how much weight you've lost, or if you look at your health or and remember, mental health is health. Gut health is health. Don't look at health and just associate it with number on the scale. Health is mental health as well. So look at how you handle triggers. Did you invest in yourself? Did you do something big this year in 2023 that you would have never done before, right? So look at all the things like that. For me, I had a money goal, or like in my mind, wanting to hit the money goal. But anyway, when I heard this, they were like, well, look at it to date. Where are you to date? And I look back because I started doing like training shit in 2008. But I started Hot Moms, started the business, like doing business as Hot Moms in 2018. Pretty sure it was like 2018. And I didn't start selling the Hot Moms kind of as we know it now until 2020. So I'm sitting here thinking, fuck, I only hit like 1.8 or 1.6 or whatever it is we hit this year. And I know a lot of you are like, damn, bitch, you whatever. I'm kind of, if you get triggered by me saying that, like, you're welcome, because I'm going to help you grow. But a lot of you business owners know, like, in business world, that ain't shit, right? I remember when I used to hear people say like 50K a month, and I'm like, you're better than me. Automatically, you're not even human. I don't even know, like, what do you eat for breakfast? Do you even live like a human? I felt so disconnected from anybody that made a shit ton of money, because I had so many money blocks. Like, that's my trauma. You've got to heal your trauma and your nervous system and self-esteem and your belief system and your subconscious, all these things, so that you can elevate. And that's why I'm here this year, because the cat's out of the bag. Like, health to me is making money. Because so many women come in, scientifically shit proven, if you're not making $75,000 a year, you're not as happy as you can be. And happiness is health, money is health, and health is wealth, right? It's all tied together. And I've even got case studies where I'll put women through our money stuff and they lose weight, because it's all connected together. And I know the more money you have, you don't have to choose so much. You can actually go and get the care you need. You're not so worried about things. You're like, your nervous system, you just feel safer and more secure, and you don't just have to worry about the things. Now, a lot of people, I have seen people with money, and they're pretty good energetically with money, but their bodies are shit. And then they come to Hot Moms, right? It's like, but it's all tied together. So this year I'm like, fuck this. My passion really is business. I've been doing business and money since I was a little kid, right? And the results that I have, women will come in, they'll get the health, they'll get all the things, and then turn into coaches. And then the people that'll come in, they're like, make triple in their money. And I'm like, damn, okay, so this is working. So we're launching it this year. Millionaire Matrix, shout out. So I sat there and I was like, damn, I didn't hit the 10 million, or I didn't hit the whatever. And when I heard this, like, you need to look at to date. And so I was like, all right. So if I look at to date, 2018, I've done 4 million. But really, if I look at it, because I remember 2018, let's see, 2019, I'm thinking I made like 200,000, right? So in 2018, I'm thinking maybe $100,000 a year from online sales, right? I didn't know what I was doing at all. That's why when I found out how to do it, I went, right, hit 1 million within 2 years, within the 2-year mark, right? Let's say 2020. Yeah. So, all right, 2020 is when I found out like what I was doing wrong, some of the things. 2021 is when I had my first $90,000 month. That's what it was, $90,000 month. So technically, if you look at to date, I did 4 million. And I was like, okay, energetically, I started feeling better. I wasn't like, damn, you only hit 1 point, whatever. But if you look at where you're at to date, it's pretty incredible. So I want you to do that. And if you look at like 2020, a lot of that $4 million was generated then. And that changes how you view yourself right there, right? So I want you to look at your weight. I want you to look at your mental health. I want you to look at your personal growth, your relationships. I want you to look at everything and where you're at, instead of like judging yourself and beating up on yourself because maybe you didn't hit your goal or you think you didn't hit. I want you to look at today, like let's look at the last 3 years. And right now in the comments, if you want to, feel free. Like, in the last 3 years, where are you now to date? And it was astounding. If you see my mastermind, what they put, like everybody was like, oh my God, their relationships have shifted. They got knew this, knew that. They completely changed they set boundaries. They're setting boundaries now, whereas normally they didn't. They're taking a bigger risk. Like it was huge. And just looking at the even weight loss to date or hormones, where they were 3 years ago, like where were you 3 years ago? Okay, let's look at 3 years ago. What was that? 2020. 3 years ago, or 2021. Yeah, 2021. Holy shit. That was one of my favorite years. 2021. Yeah. Oh, hitting that first $80,000, $90,000 a month was really fun. And I loved where my body was that year. But look back 3 years ago and see where you're at right now to date. I want you just to do this. Get a pen and paper out, write it out, and just look at where you're at now from where you were 3 years ago. And I promise you're going to feel better about yourself. Now, if you don't, I just don't believe that you're following me and you're not progressing. I just don't, it's hard for me to believe. And if you can't see growth there, then maybe that's what's blocking you, is you can't see it. Your heart is so closed, you can't even see anything good. And that's why universe is like, or God is not even giving you more blessings, because you can't even see the ones you have. That was me for a long time as well, because we're always moving forward. But there are some people that don't, and they stay stagnant and they stay in their comfort zone, because, trauma loves to stay in their comfort zone, because anything outside your comfort zone is kind of scary, even if it's good. So it's nice to stay in a little warm pile of shit, right? Give yourself props, see what you did. There's even a formula there. If you'll look back, you'll find winning formulas that you have for yourself. What were the things that maybe ways that you thought differently? Like, what did you do in those past 3 years? Maybe you said yes to yourself more, chose yourself more, said no to other things. I actually went all year without drinking alcohol. It's been about 2 years. It's just the year that I hit my first $1 million year, I had a little bit of champagne, and I was like, I don't even want it. But it's been a full year without even one drop of alcohol. That story, I don't even know where that is. I haven't even had to try. I haven't even wanted it. It's almost like, well, I'll tell you tomorrow what I did for that. And tomorrow's podcast is, you're in for a fucking treat, dude. I'm having the medicine man come on my show. Shaman, plant medicine guy. We're going to talk about all plant medicine, ways that, it's being used for healing, a lot of cool shit. Because y'all know I am into anything natural and holistic, natural ways of healing. I love the Western medicine too. We need it. But this is something that I hope gets on the scene this year. Oh man. But yeah, just wanted to film this tonight, removing the pressure from goal setting. So if goals feel too much for you, if you're setting the goal and you're like, fuck, 100K in a week, that's kind of, oh man, 50K a week, 50K a month. Because I know we've got some people here wanting to hit that 50K month mark. And I'll tell you ways that I hit it. This is a funny way how I hit it. So $60,000 a year, that was my goal back in the day. Like where I came from, if you could make 60 grand a year, you were doing better than most people in your city. And I remember wanting to be an obstetric ultrasound, because, I'm from a small town, and you're either like a teacher, a nurse, or you marry somebody that does construction and you become a stay-at-home wife. I mean, that's just kind of what you did. Or you got the fuck out, right? So you said, what would you do for bronchitis? Well, I would look up the emotional cause of bronchitis and then just rest a lot, get some IV therapy. And yeah, that's it. That's what I would do. So there's also in the lungs, lots of grief. It's lots of grief stored there as well. What was I saying? 60,000. Okay, so I wanted to make 60K a year. And I remember that being a goal when I was, 18, 19. So naturally, when I wanted to hit 60K, or I was at 40K, wanting to hit 50, or 50,000, wanting to hit 70,000. 60,000. I can't remember, but I was in between like the 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a month. And the way I hit it was recognizing the trigger around, holy shit. I had guilt. I had lots of guilt and shame, because if I made that money or more money, people in my family and friends would think that she thinks she's better than me now. Like they would, I was just worried about what people would think. It wasn't safe. People would want to come, they would ask me for money, and then all the shit, right? So I'm kind of sitting there going, whoa, whoa, this is big. I used to want to make this in a year, and now I'm looking at like a month. What the fuck? So somebody goes, well, you know what I do? I just shoot over the goal. I just don't even make it a thing. And sure enough, I skipped 60K and hit 70,000. So that's funny. You can always do that if you get stuck, and you're flipped out about trying to hit 10,000, 10,000. Now, $10,000 a month is such a formula. If you have your own business, if you're doing, your own business, God, fucking enroll in Millionaire Matrix, because 10K a month is just a few tweaks and you're there. I've helped so many people do that. I'm ready to help people make $1 million though. Let's go. 500K months. Let's go. Yeah. No, 500K. Yeah. Yeah. No, wait, no, not five. That too, 500K years and up, or even if you're trying to go from 250 to 300, that fucking gnarly 200, 250, man. God almighty. Even a year, like if you're making 100 trying to go past the 250, like I don't know what the fuck energetically is up with that. But anyway, but that was such a good trick, is to just shoot over the goal and you'll probably hit like 12,000, right? So fun, so fun, so fun. So if your goals stress you out, those little, like, I want to lose 5 pounds this week, I want to make this much money this week, start thinking about the bigger picture. Well, where do you want to be in 5 years though? Like, can you imagine that? That kind of lightens the load a little bit. And then you just work backwards. Well, that version of you in 5 years that has the body or the business or the whatever, what would she be doing right now? How would you feel right now? And that's kind of my little tricks right there, if you will. Okay, that's kind of all I wanted to share tonight, was how to remove the pressure of goal setting and that to date thing. Man, the 3 years, like, instead of looking at where you're at now and then look back and go, where was I 3 years ago? And then write all that out. And then you can review, like, look how much I've grown in 3 years. That feels better in your soul, in your heart. And that's what you need. You've got to back yourself. Your only job is to back yourself. We got to be our own hype people, man. Nobody's going to do it for us, I mean, coaches help, but nobody's going to do it for us. All right. Well, I'm going to go grab this. It's going to be on the Hot Moms Lifestyle podcast. I've got new offers. They're going to be in my link tree. If you'll just go on the link in the bio. Like I said, we've got Millionaire Matrix, 7-figure certainty for those that want to grow and scale a business and or break through money blocks. But it does come with Hot Moms, because I don't believe in just one or the other. If you want it all, you need to address it all. And you really need to start looking around at who you're taking advice from. It's like, you're going to take money advice from somebody who seems run down, their relationships are shitty, and they're not with their families a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to kind of watch who you're taking counsel from. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can still get healthy and make money at the same time. All right, go check it out. Links in the bio. Talk to you soon.